I'm taking rough measurements on the birch ply from the underside of the table, then cutting it to size and nibbling away any of the corners that need a little shaping. So we've got our lovingly handcrafted little pieces of 15mm birch ply. I'm just going to cut up some little 1mm packers to go on these. All I'm going to do is mix up some quickset epoxy to go over them, and we'll just epoxy the packer and the birch ply in place at the same time. This one's really tight on space. There's an awkward little burr under the table there that needs a cutout applying to it, so we'll just have to work our way around that one. Will do. I'm using a 5-minute epoxy to glue everything together, making sure that I apply it thickly enough so that it squeezes through all the slots in the packers. No expense spared with the quality clamps on this one. Okay. As usual, we'll leave the spreader stick on the actual glue on the mixing board so that we know when it's fully set. 5 minutes. Okay, so with our mixing board all stuck down and set, we know that the glue's set solid, so we can take the clamps off of the fence base up and start drilling some holes, I think. I've got to be honest, not sure where I want this to be exactly. That's better though, much more solid, stable sort of platform. So first things first, we'll give ourselves a mark that way, and then I don't think I really want to come out this way anymore. I think we'll keep it that way. With the fence settled, I can clamp the rail in place, mark the screw positions and start drilling through the table. First with a pilot hole, then opening this up to the final 5mm size. And finishing up with a countersink, making sure the head of the machine screw sits well below the surface. And I'm just using the countersink to deburr the rail holes as well. With a swath cleared away, I can start to mount the rail, offering it up to the screw positions and fumbling the nuts into place. I'll change these for wing nuts when I get some the right size. As it is, I'll just nip these up with a screwdriver, ready to mount the fence. So one of the things I have noticed with this fence is that there's a little sort of brackety bit that actually bears against the fence, and that has a tendency to slip around out of the way, and it really does need to be on the inside. So make sure that that goes round all the way in before you put it on, otherwise it won't lock properly. With the fence mounted on the rail, we can set about squaring it up, and with the black plastic end cap removed, I can loosen off the 4 retaining screws with an Allen key. Then move the fence into place against a known square, and lock it off again, replacing the end cap after double checking that nothing moved when tightening the screws. So that's our little Titan bandsaw makeover complete. New blade was about £8 from Tough Saws. The fence was about £13.50 when I bought it a year ago. I don't know what the price is now, but I'll put a link in the show notes to that. And it does make a huge difference to the bandsaw. I'm not a fence user particularly. Clearly, having the shonky original fence hasn't held me back any, but if you do use the fence, this is a major upgrade from what comes with it. I've just cut a skinny little bit of redwood on it, which is 0.6 of a millimetre thick, way thinner than anything I'm likely to cut on this. And most people as well, to be perfectly honest, it's that kind of bandsaw. It's a relatively cheap and cheerful desktop machine, and 20 quid spent on it will make a huge difference to the stability of that fence over what comes with it. But that's it for this week. Thanks for waiting patiently for this particular video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.